This is Malone Lam, a 20-year-old Singaporean who skyrocketed to infamy overnight. Why? For allegedly carrying out one of the largest crypto thefts from a single person in U.S. history. But that's not all. After the heist, he went on a wild spending spree. Lavish nights in Los Angeles nightclubs, gifting handbags worth tens of thousands of dollars, and amassing a jaw-dropping collection of over 30 luxury cars. So, what was he doing in America? And more importantly, how did he pull it all off? Let's start with how Lam got to the U.S. He arrived in October 2023 using the U.S. Visa Waiver Program. This program allows tourists to stay for up to 90 days without needing a visa. Fast forward more than a year, and Lam had clearly overstayed his welcome. Court documents revealed he had no permanent residence, no legal status, and was unemployed during his time in the U.S. Despite this, Lam moved between Los Angeles and Miami, where he was ultimately caught. Now, let's get into the scam. This wasn't his first scheme. He had been involved in similar operations since at least August 2023. Online, Lam went by aliases like Anne Hathaway and Hards. His partner in crime, Jondiel Serrano, used names like Versace God and @Skidstar. Together, they devised a plan targeting a high-net-worth cryptocurrency investor in Washington, D.C., whom we'll refer to as the victim. Their plan relied on sophisticated social engineering, a tactic that builds trust to extract sensitive information. Here's how it worked. The goal was to make the victim believe his Google account was under attack. In the week leading up to the theft, on August 18th, they roped in a third accomplice to send fake notifications. These alerts claimed there was unauthorized access to the victim's Google account and appeared to originate from overseas, thanks to VPNs and proxy services. Imagine receiving countless notifications about potential hacking attempts. Naturally, you'd feel worried, right? That's where Lam and Serrano came in. On August 18th, they called the victim, posing as Google support staff. They claimed his account was compromised and needed to be shut down. In the process, they persuaded him to share security codes for his account. Using those codes, Lam accessed the victim's Gmail and OneDrive, uncovering detailed cryptocurrency records from Gemini. To make their story more believable, Lam and Serrano escalated the scam. This time, they called pretending to be from Gemini's security team. They convinced the victim to transfer $3 million worth of crypto to a wallet controlled by Lam. To cement their access, they tricked the victim into installing a remote desktop connection program. This gave them live access to his computer. During this time, Serrano manipulated the victim into opening files containing private keys to his Bitcoin wallets. With these keys, Lam stole over 4,100 Bitcoin, valued at more than $230 million. Evidence of their actions includes screen recordings showing Lam's Anne Hathaway and Serrano's Versace God usernames in action. So, what did they do with all that stolen crypto? Lam and Serrano laundered the funds through mixers, exchanges, and digital wallets using peel chains. Then came the spending spree. Lam splurged on 31 luxury cars, including custom Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and Porsches, some worth as much as $3 million. 22 of these cars are still missing. Serrano rented a house in California for $47,500 a month, while Lam spent $68,000 monthly on luxury rentals in Miami, including one on Hibiscus Island. Nightclubs in LA and Miami became their playgrounds, with Lam reportedly spending $500,000 in a single night, but their extravagant lifestyle was short-lived. On September 18th, exactly a month after the theft, Serrano was arrested at Los Angeles Airport after returning from the Maldives. His girlfriend tipped off Lam, prompting him to delete his Telegram account. Despite this, Lam was arrested the same day in Miami. The FBI raided his luxury waterfront rental, seizing cars, watches, and other valuables. Lam now faces serious charges, including conspiracy to commit wire fraud and money laundering. He appeared in court on November 14th, where he requested a speedy trial. His attorney, Scott Armstrong, stated, "Mr. Lam is 20 years old and unfortunately caught up in a very complicated case. We will vigorously defend him." Lam is currently in remand in Virginia, awaiting his next pretrial hearing on January 9th. If convicted, he could face up to 20 years in prison for each offense and a fine of $250,000 or twice his illegal earnings. The story of Malone Lamb is a cautionary tale, a mix of greed, audacity, and the inevitable fall from grace. Stay tuned for updates as the case unfolds.